Hey friends, welcome in. Alright, so I'm in an event today and it is called Let's Taco about Cinco de Mayo. And we are with the where is this one? We're with Crafters Gone Wild. Hi there, Miss Yvonne. How are you? Alright. So, hopefully, we will get shared into the event group. And if you're not following the event group, please do so. It's a free group where you can see all of the creators. Miss Yvonne, the Crafting Gammy with Yvonne, was up before me. Up after me is going to be our hostess, G-Maw's workshop, which is Miss MJ. So please definitely stick around. I am actually working on a wood kit today that was gifted to me a while back, and I am finally getting it done. So, y'all, some patience, I guess, with me. But yeah. So, all right, and hey there, Miss Krista, welcome in. So I'm gonna turn you guys down. It's gonna be a lot of painting because there's a lot of parts to it, so I'm hoping I can get the bulk of it done today. I started painting some of it while I was watching Miss Yvonne, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it all done because it is a bunch of little parts. So it's supposed to make this layered like door hanger, but I am actually going to take this and I am going to put it on top of, and let me show you. So I found this is a placemat, okay? So this is a very fun placemat. I love the colors on it and everything. So this is a placemat that I found that was on clearance at the Hobby Lobby, Lord knows when. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna pick that up because that will be great for if I ever do a Cinco de Mayo thing. Then Miss Carla gifted me this this wreath set here, and I was like, oh, this is going to go on top of this. So I'm trying not to get paint on stuff, but this actually ends up, and it did break. I had a bunch of stuff fall down and it probably got broke when that happened. So this gets like layered on, and then we're gonna set it on top of here, and it's got Cinco de Mayo, life is bueno, and then it's got a sombrero, cactus, some maracas, a guitar, a piñata, you know, and some balloons on it. So I think this is gonna be really, really cute. And so that's what I'm working on. So it's going to be a lot of painting, but it will ultimately, it still will be a door hanger just on that other background because I think that makes it look a lot more festive. And so that's what I'm going to be working on. So if you guys missed watching Miss Yvonne, please make sure that you go back and watch her. She was giving some facts about Cinco de Mayo. And I find it so interesting how, you know, there is a misunderstanding in the US where people think that Cinco de Mayo is the Independence Day of Mexico, and it is not. It is actually not till in September. Um, it's actually right around the date of Costa Rica, which is where I am originally from. So that's where I grew up, and so there they celebrated on the 15th of September, um, and I believe Mexico is either the 15th or the 16th. And if you actually pay attention, you'll see that most of Central America and going into South America, um, that is how it actually, they're all around September, going into October is when they celebrate. And it all comes down to, you know, by the time they finally got their independence from Spain, you know, they didn't have a telephone, they didn't have telegram. They had to wait for the announcement to come to the capital of each country via horse riders. Um, so some didn't find out till a long, long, long time later. It was September the 16th, yeah. Thought it was very close. But yeah, the Cinco de Mayo is actually the celebration of a battle, kind of like, you know, I guess like when you think of like celebrating, like, I don't know, the Battle of the Alamo or something of that nature. Um, things that are very defining and to a country's history. And of course, just kind of like with St. Patrick's Day, honestly, the Americans will find anything to make it to where they can drink and party. So it's like, yep, let's celebrate this and have tacos and margaritas and beer, and it's like, dude, do you even know what you're celebrating? So, and like I said, a lot of people are like, oh, it's their independence. No, it's not their independence. And honestly, a lot of that goes back to the educational system not teaching, history. I mean, it's sad to say, but the educational system in the US is, you know, not a good one. It's bad when third world countries do better with their education and their kids can score higher than our kids. You put things are very misconstrued. I mean, there's nothing wrong with partying. It's just you're doing it for all the wrong reasons. At least know what you're celebrating. You know? Talking about independence, this year the U.S. will be 250 years old. That is... wow. That's interesting. but we're still a baby. The U.S. is actually still a young country. I remember when I got the notification. I'm looking back at an image that she sent me so that I can kind of like, you know, make sure that I'm painting things properly. Oh goodness, I totally lost my train of thought now. Oh, when I got the notification for Switzerland celebrating their 400th years of independence. So yeah, so we are definitely a young nation still, and as such, there's still a lot of stuff to learn, right? Then get her inside if it's raining. Why? My daughter comes up to the window and is like, it's raining, because she's outside walking her cat. Then get the cat inside if it's raining. Why are you telling me that? I'm not there. Oh my god, I swear sometimes these children. Stormy! Okay, let me wipe down my area because I did get a little bit of paint on here. And I did bring out some colors. I don't know if I brought out, vibrant enough colors. But I did bring out some colors. So, alright, now let's see how this is. Because in here, there's a lot of like these little packages where she sent me all the little pieces. So, I hope I don't break anything. Exactly. I'm like, what? Why are you telling me that? Yeah, Luna came on earlier, was all up in my face, and I'm like, oh, I know what she wants. She wants to go outside. So I went and I got my daughter, and I was like, look, Luna wants to go outside for a walk. I was like, I have to get ready for her live. I cannot take her outside. It's like, you need to take her outside. So this is tape, but it's not tape. What? Let's see. Alright, let's see if I can restick this so that I can actually use this to help me paint these pieces. I wish they would have just stayed when I took them apart, but oh well. So life is bueno.
Well, Luna and Stormy are inside.
Okay.
But yeah, it's straight line. And I smell rain, and it's like thunder.
Yeah, I hope we don't lose power like we did yesterday.
And we lost power last night.
Huh?
I said, yeah, we lost power last night.
Yeah, I know we lost power last night. So. Okay, so let's get these painted. And like I said, I have an array of colors. So I have some red, I got me some blue, some green, some yellow, some orange. And we are just going to get a bunch of colors out here to paint with. I think the only color that I did not bring was a pink. That I noticed that there's some pink on the phrase of my placemat. Oh, well, that came out. So that, I think the pink is the only color I did not bring out. But I did grab all the other colors. Alright, and let's like I said, I keep on looking back and seeing what we got here. Okay, and we have the other words too, which we need to get out. So I'll go ahead and pull those out so we can color those as well while we're at it. And then I can always come back and finish the other pieces later. Well, see, we have cats that go outside and they come in. Stormy, which is my cat, she goes outside, and if you call her, she'll come back in. Toby comes when you call him, and so does Wick. But Luna wants to go outside, but she just doesn't listen. If she would listen, we would probably not have to like walk her on a leash, and we could probably, you know, let her out and she could roam like the rest of them do, but she don't listen. So Miss Yvonne, you're lucky that you said T was coming over. You were gonna get her to help you clean up the room, your craft room. I need me somebody to come and help me clean my area too. Boy, oh boy. Does it need cleaning? It just needs a whole makeover. How about that? And I just don't have the brain capacity for that. And if I would have known that these were going to be this much of a pain to open, I would have opened these before we even started. Okay. You know what? I had issues finding myself too. I had to tap on the picture too. I don't know what the heck is going on. And then I've noticed here lately, I don't know if anybody else who runs groups has noticed this, but when you are sharing into the group, I've had this happen a lot of times. I'll have people telling me that they do not see where I've shared where I've shared the presenter in, and either A, you have to like scroll down a whole bunch of times, or B, they the, what you call it, the, I didn't say anything now. The, it won't show up in the group till after the person is done, which irks the bejeezies out of me. Hey there! How are you, my friend, from across the pond? We are doing a Cinco de Mayo event today with our wonderful MJ and her group. And I am trying to get these things to cooperate with me. Hey there, Miss Jeanette, how are you? You at the Hobby Lobs? Cool beans. Hopefully you are finding something good. Okay, so let's start with a little bit of yellow, and I am going to just pounce this because it's going to be a lot easier. And like I said, I'm kind of trying to follow a little bit of the so that red, blue, green. I'll do some yellow over here. We'll do this one over here. And then let's do some of these as well. Again, these are really not working. So I'm gonna do my own. Because that was not really working for me. But yeah, so Cinco de Mayo, lots of fun. Go have your tacos. You know, go enjoy. If you like a margarita, by all means, go enjoy a margarita, my friends. You know, have all the fun. But remember that you're not celebrating an Independence Day. You are celebrating... come on out. The winning of a victory. But by all means, go enjoy the tacos, because tacos are yummy. Just saying. Y'all, I am super excited. So I have to take my daughter to her first job interview. So we'll be leaving while Miss MJ is crafting. So if I don't chat much, it's probably because I'm driving. But yeah, that's super fun. Hopefully all goes well. Her brother called yesterday to tell her that he got her an interview. So we shall see how it all goes. Yes, so Oh yeah, so it's Tuesday, so it's also Taco Tuesday. Heck yeah, there you go. Go for it. All together, huh? All right, so let's try to do some items here and some in blue. Yeah, I know. First job is always a little nerve-wracking. But it'll do her some good to get out of the house and all the things. So we shall see. We shall see how things go. I love how my watch is telling me that I need to move now. That I have not been moving. So, yeah. Alright, let's see if I can clean this up just a little bit so I can get some of the other colors on here. Especially if they're a traditional taco, yes, I agree. I love me a good taco, y'all. Yeah, I'm all about the tacos. I love me some tacos. I love going to the back of the Mexican grocery stores and picking up some of the food from back there because it's always so good. Same with getting meat at their carniceria. I love getting their meats. It reminds me a lot of back home, which is good. I don't know. I really don't do the margaritas all that much, believe it or not. They're not my drink of choice. So I normally don't do a margarita. My time for tequila shots and all of that is way past. Way past me. Definitely not there anymore. Hey, handsome. How are you? Good. How's sleep coming? No? I'm sorry. We can do swap smart. You have my taco and I'll have okay, we can do that. I'll eat your tacos, you have the margaritas. I'm down for that. I am down for that. Because I said me and tequila haven't been friends in many years. We have unfriended each other. So alright, I'm gonna get, I guess, a small brush and we'll do the orange. Ooh, this orange has no juice to it. Let me get a different orange, guys. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Miss Jeannie knows I don't do the margaritas. So I don't know if it's the wood, if the wood is too dark, but these oranges, even this darker one, is not, it's not coming through the way it needs to. Now that's one of the things that me and hubby were talking about, was the type of wood that I would need to be using in with the laser. Because if you get wood that's too dark, it makes it really hard. See if we can add orange over this way, and then I'll add some red that way. I do like all the colors though. I think it's very fun and playful to do it like this. I didn't follow the image exactly right. I did my own thing. And that's always the beauty of crafting, right? Is that we get to do things. So, with our own unique flares. Alright, and then we're going to dry these so we can go ahead and attach them to everything. MJ, did you ever finish your website, dear? Y'all, Miss MJ was creating her very own website. Like, she was doing it. Like, that is so cool. I can barely get myself, you know, straight on FB, let alone try to do a whole website. So, ha ha ha. Very, very funny. My husband would have something to say about that. Ah! My husband was telling the guys at work one day, told me he was telling them that they were talking about how, yeah, I can't do one either. I don't know, one of them was saying something about, you know, when you go black, you never go back, and he was like, I call BS on that, and they were like, why you say that? And he's like, look at my wife. And they're like, huh? And he was like, yeah, her previous my previous husband was of dark skin. Actually, both of them were. Y'all, guys, that's all I'm gonna say. It does take time to tweak a website. There's a lot of stuff you gotta do. And, like, I don't get the whole coding thing. So, yeah. And are you building it through like a generator? Like, what is it like? I think Shopify does them, and I think there's a few other places that generate websites. I'm not good either way, even if I have the quote unquote help to help me get it done. Alright, let's try and get this situated. Like I said, there's a lot of small little parts to this. I did pull some pink out. There are a lot of small little parts to it, so I will get all the elements done later. Let's start with the Cinco de Mayo part in the back, and let's start gluing them. You're doing it all on your own. See, even smarter. I couldn't do it at all. So I'm just using the wood glue from the Dollar Tree, guys. Once this bottle is no more, I have a bottle of wood glue that I picked up from Harbor Freight that I want to try. So we shall see how that goes. Okay, so that is down. And you know what? We need to paint this. That's actually pretty darn neat. Your hubby sits and watches you. 'Cause you the beast. You got it, girl. I mean, you seriously, like, that's very, very impressive, my friend. To say the least. I've also been learning how to make Sims objects. Oh, that's pretty neat. You play with Sims? Man, I remember back when they were the computer games on discs. Not discs, CDs. 'Cause my brother used to play them. And my daughter likes to watch somebody who plays it, and she creates stuff all the time. Different, like, sceneries and worlds and all kinds of things, which I think is pretty neat. But again, that's so far out of my comfort zone. But I do need to figure out maybe how to do like a website, because it would definitely help for to have like a place to send people for my retreats and for them to do payments and things of that nature, because I'm getting very bogged down with questions here on my business page, on my personal page, through the 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 page, the group that we have, Journalville Adventures, and their messaging, and then emails. Like, it's a lot. Like, if somehow I could get it like centralized to one place, that would be so helpful. You're working on doing the videos? Well, that's pretty neat. You gonna become a one of them gamer people on YouTube that be doing them videos? Man, my daughter be watching that kind of stuff. She'll be telling her brothers how to play something or how to watch, to look for certain things and this, that, the other. And they'll be like, how do you know this stuff? Because you don't even, like, this is even before she got a PlayStation or anything. She's like, oh, because she watches all these people that game all the time. Which is, I still don't get the concept of spending hours watching somebody spending hours playing a video game, instead of just playing it yourself. But I guess that's just a whole nother generational thing that I don't get. Okay, now that that's painted, let's glue this down. So of course I gotta put some more glue down because I didn't have that done. Good thing about the wood glue is it does dry clear, so if you do get anywhere, it'll be alright. Okay, so I'm putting the frame down, because that was the thing I realized that I needed to put the frame down. That's why I went ahead and painted that. And now we can add the letters that will say Cinco de Mayo. Frostbite prints? Huh. One day we're gonna be able to say that we knew ya before ya became famous, a famous gamer. Be like, yeah, she liked to craft. Okay, so there we go. Look at that. That looks pretty neat, right? I think that came out pretty good. Okay, so that's that part. And then this actually sits on top of it. Make sure we get all of everything aligned. So there we go. Okay. And then we can do this. So let's paint the background of this also in black. That way our letters will stand out too. Thank you, Miss MJ, for having me. I really do appreciate it. As soon as I had signed up for the event, I went ahead and found the kit again and the placemat and was like, okay, you're coming here where I know to grab you for the event. I wanted to make sure I knew where my stuff was because, like I said, I've had this and just have not crafted it because either I could not find it, misplaced it, or what have you. So I didn't want that to happen again. So I made sure this go around to have stuff where I needed it to be. I have to ask my daughter and see if she's seen you, Miss Frostbite Princess. Do you ever go to like the gaming conventions and stuff? I know they do those a lot here in Atlanta. Ooh, I just saw that the Ren Fest is open till the end of the month, so I need to ask hubby if we can go. I know a lot of it's going to depend on when he's off. But so if anybody is just popping in, or maybe if you have popped in and I haven't said it, but I am in the Let's Taco about Cinco de Mayo event being hosted in the Crafters Gone Wild event group. Our hostess is Miss MJ. She will be up after me. Her page is a G-Maw's workshop, so make sure that you stick around and watch her. The link to the event group is in the description of this video. You can go and watch and follow and see what everybody will be doing today. There's been one crafter before me. That was Miss Yvonne, the Crafty Gammy. And I want to thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me. I know that this is definitely very different from what y'all normally see me do. But thank you for hanging out with me, because like I said, I really wanted to get this done because I've had this for a while and I really wanted to work on it. There's a lot more pieces like you see that have to be added, and those are going to require to change them, but I want you guys to get an idea at least of the words and how it's going to look. Once it's all added together. So, alright. Again, just regular wood glue. And then I think making the letters like this, all colorful and stuff, I think that really just makes it a lot more fun. So thank you again very, very much for coming and hanging out with me. And I hope to be able to see you guys really soon in another live, and that you'll come and join me. As y'all know, I'm currently working on a baby album for one of my besties, and It's been a lot of fun creating it on lives with y'all. So I think, like I said, I think this looks really cute. I love all the colors that I decided to paint this and add. Nope, not on your side. You need to be like that. And here we go. Every once in a while I do like to do something a little bit different, and I think this is definitely different for me. So thank you again so much for having me, Miss MJ. She is at this moment probably getting ready. So if you are not already following the group, please do so. I'm just going to go ahead and get this glued down to each other, and then all I have to do after that is add all of the itty bitty little pieces, and those have to be painted. So again, thank you for having me, and thank you for joining me. I hope that you guys have a blessed rest of your Friday, start of your weekend. So hopefully it's a good one and you guys get to rest and relax. And